It's the Cable League.
What about this one? Hey, a red card. A good one, too. Give me compliments. Have I any interest in the Uma Musuma Pretty Derby crazy? Horse racing management hard. I think anyone that would stream a horse girl racing game on twitch.tv is a pervert who should be executed in the country, in the fucking, the town square. They have no right to exist among us regular human beings. Let's see my stream history. No, we don't. You don't have to. No, let's not look. Let's not look at the stream history. We obviously don't need to look at my stream history. I'm clearly the most innocent. Ooh, an Emrakul. Everyone, forget about the horse girl game. Stop asking. Ooh, we are farmers. Ooh. Fire Confluence and Ancient Tomb. This seems like an Ancient Tomb start. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I don't think this track's loud enough. It gets louder. It gets a lot louder. Ancient Tomb because no one makes us bleed our own blood. I guess I grabbed the Volcon in case we get show and tell for the Emmy. Kind of mopey. Whatever. Do y'all think I picked too fast? I feel like we sit here staring at the black screen where it says waiting for the next booster pack too much. Bum 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 bum. As we continue to sit and wait for the next pack. Sometimes they take a while and it's scary. It's unnatural, I tell you. It's unnatural. If others picked faster, we wouldn't have that screen, right? Okay, we got someone with 8 packs here. Ooh. Malcolm can technically cast an Emrakul. I guess that's a pick. Did I have a good time with the Horse Girl game? It was alright. It was a game where I was like, I can very easily understand why it's popular. And it doesn't quite have enough depth to make it super interesting for me unless there was a lot of demand. If the demand was there, I would happily run it back. But otherwise, I'd rather play some deck building game or some RPG on my variety days. The Fiery Confluence wheeling is pretty big. It was the only red card in that pack. How's the viewership for it compared to other non-Magic games? Exactly the same. Yeah, I advertised it for a few days, let people know when I was going live, and it was exactly the same as all my other variety streams. You think about watching the VOD if I had a good time? Sure. I don't know how good the VOD compares to an average because I'm not a KLD MTG viewer. But I had a reasonable time for sure. This next track is a very important PSA. Who is the favorite horse girl? I did a run with Vodka. So she was pretty clearly it. Oh, it's Soul Ring. Hello. We didn't even have to pass a sneak attack. Oh, Lightning Bolt. That's the most red card ever printed. Ignore that the art is all blue. It's a red card. What an interesting song. It's an interesting one, yeah. I was out with some friends on my birthday once, and a buddy was like, "Hey, Caleb, what should pick a song for the jukebox? Anything you want." And I listed this off, and he like looked in his phone, and he's like, They don't. What are you talking about? They don't have that. It's not a real song. Pick a real song, Caleb." I think I want that Wooded Foothills, but Flame Slash, I like Plague On a lot too. Let's take the Wooded Foothills, Wheel the Expressive, huh? How about that? That seems good. Little discharge action. Did I see the $4.20 from Athena Be Good? I appreciate it, Athena. I'll fire that up right after this track. This very important track. This is indeed the Sneak Attack waiting room. The mana is good enough. I like that Cryptic. All right, let's see what Athena wants to listen to. This is MCRT and Horse Girl. My Barn, My Rules. I think I've heard this before. I think I know this particular tune. Hey, Shadow Vision, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 77 months there. Thanks for sharing that Prime. Ooh, a Hull Breacher. Yeah. More passing the Thundering Falls, but, you know, it's a Hull Breacher, whatever. Are there any Horse Girls or Horse Girl lovers in the chat? This tune is for you, inexplicably. Yeah, I'll draft a Lutri, whatever. If we scoop like a Force of Will or you know, something that can pitch the Lutri, it'll be a nice pickup. My barn, my rules. Does it count if you love at least one of those things? It does not, no. Ooh, nice emote usage, Daniel Takthai. All right, here's a good one. You know this track is good because it has a chicken solo. I did have it on the wedding playlist for a bit. You think Igor is definitely wedding music material? That's what I thought, Jidem. What does a bitch gotta do to get a sneak attack around here? I like this Chrome Horse Seed Shark with a Time Warp. Is it better than True Name, though? True Name is pretty good. I don't know, whatever. Well, the Seed Shark is playable off that Soul Ring. Okay. Remember, we got that Lutri that makes Pyrokinesis a little bit better. Is this a live drummer? No, he uses a drum machine. His live show is interesting. He'll have a live drummer, and then he'll have like an opera singer, and then he's there behind like his electronic shit, doing like the fucking electronic producer shit. This is the chicken solo, if you weren't aware, with the chicken noises. And then when he'll bring the opera singer on tour, and she's like very talented. I have played in this fucking Oculus. This next singer is known as J.R.R. Tolkien. So if you're ever wondering what J.R.R. Tolkien would want for his adaptations, now you know what it sounds like when he sings, and I don't know. That's Tolkien's interesting because like he was um, very aware of like what went into an adaptation. He adapted some very so Jace is really good with Time Warp, but I'm gonna grab the Chandra here. Another thing to power off of the Soul Ring here. Like he did some like ancient adaptations that he worked on. Let's get this Planisphere in here, huh? This really makes sense with the days and everything. So you'd think he'd be like very aware of the nuance there. Hey, the True Name Wheel, awesome. But when you talk to nerds, it seems like they all think that he would have like a very hard line, very literal interpretation of his works if they were interpreted in an adaptation. And we have documentation. We have his opinions on a couple of different scripts. Like he okayed the Ralph Bakshi version. And that movie's fucking wild. It is kind of a literal adaptation, but, you know, it's wild. And then there was another version that he gave his thoughts on that you can, like, find digging around Reddit and stuff. Apparently there was a script by the person that wrote Zardoz that was just, like, absolutely batshit. Like, just had, like, crazy sex scenes for no reason and stuff. Was that Boorman? Oh, shit. Yeah, Reddit's got the link. Watership Down was a bedtime story for kids. I mean, I watched Watership Down because they put it in the kids section at our library. And my mom like kind of remembered the story, and but she couldn't like quite remember it enough to be like, you shouldn't watch that. She was just like, I guess that's. You said you found this in the kids section. You know, she had that like squinty eye thing. And you're like, I don't know. I guess that movie was traumatic. If you're fucking 4 years old, that movie is traumatic. Kind of a lot of twos here, huh? What's my worst two? Maybe Malcolm. I kind of like how the discard off Malcolm works with Evora and Inti. I want one more cut here. This is alright. Suppose. Yeah, I figured you Manamorphose here and find a 2-drop, then this is like worth to fire off. And there's no real difference between firing it off this turn or next turn if you're just trying to hit your land drop for 3. Pretty happy to see that Verge there. Tinker. Okay. Yeah, Soul Ring off the top here would be real good. The Fable here will let me chump and then loot to try and find another land drop for the Fiery. But I think that's correct. I think chumping's correct. This is a lot of damage. Awesome. Very glad that resolved. Another passing. I'm gonna pass with this Cryptica. We could play Chandra, but I'm just gonna pass here. See what they do. Sure. Now what? Well, we have good mana, huh? I'm gonna bolt their things so they don't get any more DRC value. Then I'm going to counter draw on their card here. Let's listen to this song dedicated to Martin Scorsese. He makes really good films. Some would say the best fucking films. Oh, hey, I got that loot tree. Don't forget about that loot tree. It's like positive and aggressive at the same time. Note the card count. Let's get the Spell Pierce in here. The Pyrokinesis should have been the cut, but oh well. I kind of wonder how Martin Scorsese feels about this song. Very enthusiastic. Anyway, here's a song about Bumblebee Tuna. It's from the album titled God Bless Satan. A lot of moxing going on over there. Could put Lucher to hand and then had a Pyrokinesis pitch for this Saga. Huh. Awesome. All ska is satanic. All good ska, yeah. I guess you could say all music, all good music. Hell of a hull breacher there, huh? Create an extra island there in case of cryptic command. Ooh, nice Plagon. And we're going to attack with the Goblin just to generate a treasure. Why not? Hey, Snack, thanks for the sob. Thanks for the 30 months there, the big 3-0. We have an ass load of mana here. I counted. One ass load. That was not a good attack. You'll notice because I lost my creature and they didn't lose anything. And they took 2 damage from 16 to 14, which didn't really matter much. Oh, it's not Battlesphere. We're activating on our turn, so the game blows out with the removal there. We'll be able to jump. Where's it, Emrakul? We could actually cast Emrakul here, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Jesus Christ. Or did they not pump the Paladin on there? Alright, time to draw some good ones. Well, we can play this. Lava Sandwich made with Bumblebee. Why didn't I Arena of Glory then? Smack him for 5 down to 9. Seems good. Maybe not. Here's a track about an enormous penis. Should have equipped that Astrolabe, huh? Richard Cheese vibes. Yeah, if Richard Cheese played music that was more challenging than lounge music and wrote original music. Yeah. It'd be a lot closer to lethal if we'd equipped a ton. There'd be 6 power there. Yes. Hey, Mr. Monad, thanks for the sob. Thanks for the 9 months. Yum. Well, let's see if that Sheldog's got anything good. Oh, this track's fucking phenomenal. Well, I lose. I wonder if instead of drawing, if I'd bounced their land and tapped, then they wouldn't be able to make a blocker. Because if they activate and put it into play, then it still gets tapped to the rest of them. Could have been cute. Ooh, Plunder should be in. The +1 mattered? I don't think it did. I'd super lethal if I'd arena'd the Oculus. Maybe. Maybe they play differently. Ooh, my ding ding dong. Well, we got ourselves a board, huh? Okie dokie. Lutri deck, huh? The deck's got Soul Ring and Ancient Tomb, which is a bit of acceleration. I don't think we go mulling that aggressively, though. We've got a 2-drop, we got Pyrokinesis, some of that free interaction. Workshop, say. Maybe not the best Pyrokinesis matchup. Here on day 69 to celebrate some cube. Hell yeah. Ooh. I very rarely actually check when someone's pondering or preordaining like what they're doing with the info. Most of the time, it doesn't matter. A lot of times, it's like non-actionable information, and you're just like kind of cluttering yourself. Unless you've got like a reason that it would matter. In this case, they bottom 2, so the robber is going to be getting a fresh card. Plateau? Wow. So they kept Mountain Workshop, Galvanic Blast, and they had blue and white cards in their deck. And they have not used the Workshop for anything yet. The One Ring, huh? You almost have to trade with the robber if you want to prevent me from getting one, yeah. Which means I get to keep the 3rd path here. Haste would be a interesting. If Hullbreacher had haste, that'd be some interesting tension. Haste and flash on the same card. I could see it on like a blue-red card. Well, hopefully this doesn't fuck me. 2 blockers, they're at 4 life. Hey, Hellstorm 654, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 36 months there, appreciate it. 3 years! Also, the red force of yesterday seems to have had consequences. A little bit. I'm doing pretty alright though. It was a lot worse this morning. I've had some caffeine, I've had some physical activity. I almost built a whole ass flower bed today. And then we got to work on the wedding preparations and had a nice lay down. I got chased inside because there's like a torrential downpour going on. Ooh, plunder. I was worried about the pyrokinesis, but it ended up being good. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Silent Faith. Thanks to the sob. Thanks to the 24 months there, the 2 years. Too hot there right now to be outside. Yeah, it was like 90 degrees when I was outside earlier. And then we had a rainstorm, and now it's like 80 degrees. I'm hoping it stays cool tomorrow morning. Because I'm almost done. I just have to put up like 1 more row of boards. And then we can fill it. Final record on the red day? No idea. There were a couple trophies in there. Hey, Wood R9, thanks to the sob, thanks to 100 months there, the big 100. 100's a big number. I can't imagine a number bigger. Do numbers even go that high? I don't know. I'd probably have to take my shoes off. Start counting, using my toes to help count. Right, I need to cut a card. Rapper the Rich was good that game, but I'm going to cut it on the draw. We'll bring it back in on the play, whatever. High today is 94, and humidity is 64%. That actually sounds very close to what we've got. But I think the humidity is higher because it was raining. Yeah, we have a humidity of 85%, but raining will do that. The Midwest is so much worse than people expect in the summer. Oh, yeah. A lot of skeeters. A lot of hot stickiness. It's nice to have seasons, though. It's nice sometimes. You never shoveled a driveway? Hey, fair enough. Yeah, driveway shoveling isn't fun, but these days I hire somebody else to do it. My back is getting good enough for like outdoor labor and stuff, and now I'm like mowing my own lawn and landscaping and whatnot. And there's just no way I'm gonna shovel my walk. That's just not happening. This is the one rain coming down. It is that. We'll likely win. We'll see. I'm gonna get the Fable down, and then this will let me get some loot on next turn. I'll have the Spell Pierce, huh? Well, I was hoping that I would be able to go Fable into Oculus next turn. I thought that could be a good curve. And now we're short. You need 6 cards for Oculus. This card might just not be that good for the cube. There's so many, like, such high competition for the blue slots is all. Like, I don't hate it. It's not the worst card in the cube, but it might be one of the worst blue cards in the cube. Yeah, one of the nice things about a hot summer, though, is you get to go, like, jump in the lake. Unless you live in, like, some god-awful place that's not near an awesome freshwater lake. I think I did just describe Iowa, yeah. What an unfortunate locale. I kind of want to go face with this, but I'll do this. Not a lot of lakes in Minnesota. Oh, there's plenty of lakes in Minnesota. Almost as many as Wisconsin. Force of will, huh? Speaking of rude, that might, I don't know. I'm trying to think of my way back in this game. If I have one. They just have a one ring hitting them. And we do have a Fiery Confluence in our deck that we could hypothetically copy with Lutri. And we have the Lutri. Opponent's headed all this far. I mean, when you play a one ring on turn like 2 or 3 and activate it every turn, pretty natural. The one nice thing about playing this game out is that we do get to see how many more counters and what kind of counters they've got. A little bit more of their deck. Oh, hey, there's actually a tornado watch in Madison right now. Probably a bad block, Guess I could serve back at them. That's fucking interesting. Banning all caps? Yeah. Yesterday was the all cap stream. Today's the no cap stream. Got me. Oh shit, he gets Ash, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 69 months there. It says, oh god, this is it. What quirky remark do I make? Just saying that they're also playing Robber. You might skip the match while you're 1-1 and on the play in game 3. I mean, it's your money. So it's tempting for a few reasons. Like Fire Confluence is very good against them. Didn't mean to shock there, but that's okay. Yeah, if you like aggressively scooping when you're negative, there's nothing wrong with that. But the time to do it is like right at the start of, like as soon as they land the one ring on turn 3 or whatever. Some nice pressure here. That's 7. I'm just going to uptake. Got some flash 3/2s. Opponent's at 5 life. This is like the perfect tune for this. Just relaxed. So they have protection from the damage, so we'd just be fishing for cards here. Let's just make mana. Are paying for yesterday? A little bit, but it hasn't been bad. Happy Wednesday to you too, Cardi. Oh yeah, you're fine now with the knee. Hopefully with that 4th land, Always feel naked with the Hull Breacher in hand. You always feel naked when you're not wearing clothes. That's when I feel my most comfortable. The full extent of my powers. They're getting 4/4 this way for the Fnatic mana. What do they want with quad green, huh? Just cycling a Triumph, sure. So I'm probably supposed to hold Breacher, but I think I'm just going to chill. You missed the end of the last match? Yeah, I mean... So a lot of people got the wrong impression of that matchup based on Game 2, because Game 2 took up the bulk of the match. But they had basically won Game 2 when they played the One Ring on turn 2 or 3 or whatever. And we played it out to gain information. And then everybody like watches us slowly get ground down and like muse about outs and think about the counter magic they have and stuff, and like think they're like, oh man, this must be really bad. And it's like, no, it's not. Just fucking murder them. Which is what we did in game 3. It's the same as we did in game 1. The One Ring is pretty good, yeah. Yeah, usually it's not worth it, his gaming, but I thought it was in that matchup. Especially because, like, when the opponent's got the One Ring draining them, and we have Bird in our deck, there are situations where you do manage to get there. Similar to playing out a game of chess when you're down a piece. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can scoop because you're, like, technically, like, behind according to the machine or whatever, but, like, you obviously blundered a piece, right? Why wouldn't your opponent? I guess if I was going to do this, then the true name should serve. We didn't know they were going to just, like, go hellbent here. I think they should respond to this by activating the Fanatic and their mana dorks, float some mana, and then use Retrofitter a bit. Oh, that Astrologian equipment should go on my true name, huh? Bouncing Uro would have been good too, maybe better than bouncing the 4/4. It's not good right now, but it is a flyer. Could kill the Delighted Halfling. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Tombstone92, thanks for 31 months. If they sack the token, they didn't have a way to sack the token. The token's a 4/4. It's at the top end of a Retrofitter chain. It's a 4/4 construct. None of their sacrifice abilities involve sacrificing a construct. But yeah, if they had like an Arcbound Ravager in play, they could have sacked it and fizzled the Cryptic. Not the best Urza's Bauble sack I've ever seen. Hull Breacher claims another victim. Nice. Just kind of ground him out there. I'm gonna bring in Soul Guide Lantern. We're not like super weak to Uro. I like cutting days on the draw. I'm gonna bring Heat in against all their mana dorks. Drafting red during the hangover. This deck was drafted yesterday on the mono red stream. Well, not mono red, but the force red stream. And past Caleb was kind enough to leave me with a match win, so figured I'd finish it up. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Ruffles Minis, thanks for the sub, thanks for 14 months there. Would bouncing Foundry previously not be lethal with cryptic tapping other creatures? So if you do that, if you bounce the Foundry and tap their creatures, they can still float all their mana, and then they would replay the Foundry for 1 mana and make some blockers. So no, it would not be lethal. No 2-drop, interesting from that deck. We have a pretty reasonable curve, huh? A couple burn spells and a true name. Not surprised to see a counter there. A little unfortunate that it's mana drain, but could be worse. I was gonna get the graveyard now. That's good enough for me. Yeah, I wonder, like, I mean, they're holding up counter again. I wonder if I'm supposed to play one of these, huh? Let's save the better card for later. While they hit, huh? They need Basalt Monolith and hit. Don't really want to loot any of this away. I guess I will. So the Heat could clear Tameo by itself. It's tempting to Tursa them and then Heat the Tameo, but we could also go Tursa, Tameo, discharge Tameo. Save the Heat for a larger threat. Something, something, sex joke. Yep, good old D69. There were a couple of people last night that were like, oh, I can't wait to see what Caleb's got in store for day 69. I was like, I'm not going to, like, fellatiate the bear. What are you expecting? What's the... A very different kind of stream. So, like, attacking and randoming out the Soul Guide Lantern would be sick. But I kind of just want to Fire Confluence their board. We'll see what this hits. So I could Heat the Halfling and play the Oculus. Okay. So they have infinite mana next turn. Hey, nice little trophy there, huh? Some chill tunes. A little bit of caffeine.